So because I want us to think about how we can keep tying everything to a number line in our classroom. So I want us to do a number line, and the way I'm gonna show it to you today is we're gonna start with 6th grade values on a number line, and then we're gonna incorporate 7th grade, and then we're gonna move to 8th grade. So I'm gonna give you some numbers.
Do we need pencils?
Nope.
Okay.
Y'all are gonna make a human number line on this thing right here. Let's see what number I'm gonna give you, right? And then
Of course, normal would be
and
number
then I've
one.
got my number. Okay, so we can use this as our line, but we need to, let's make a human number line.
Okay.
What are you? You're 1.
I'm -1.
You're -1. Okay.
Oh, you're not one?
Okay.
You're a bad one then.
What's Miss
You already
Cameron?
know.
What are you, Miss Cameron?
A number?
What are your number between
Show
what
everybody
and
else so
what?
we know
A
what it's from.
digit?
Okay.
Oh, you're a digit.
Okay.
Oh.
She's 0.
Oh,
Right by me.
zero.
So she's not a 0.
She's not.
a-
She's not.
I'm
Nothing.
a one.
I have to be
She's a
next to
neutral
you.
number.
Always.
All right, I can do that.
Okay, so -1, 0, 1, and 2. So I'm -10. So does it make sense that I would be here? Does that seem evenly spaced?
No,
Does it not?
no.
Okay, what do we need to do?
I need to move down so
Y'all
you
need to
can
shift
move
down
up.
a little bit?
Yes.
That's exactly where you need to be.
Okay, so now, so here's what I'm gonna ask you to do. I'm gonna ask you to put your number down where you are.
All right. I think that's right. Ooh.
And now I'm gonna ask you, somebody put down a -2 and somebody put down where they think an 8 would be.
8.
An 8. I know the arrow tells us it goes on forever. That's a positive 8, sorry.
We too far.
Okay, fix it then. Cause that's what I need my kids to do. I need my kids to say, that doesn't make sense, I need to move it.
Well, my tip too far away.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, well, one is about to move my one in.
Right here.
Oh, that's about
I
right.
counted. -3, -4, -5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that's about a foot.
10.
That's about a foot, so 2 and a 2, 3, 4. That what you just did? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But you didn't count it on.
Yes, I did, Mr. Clay. This is -2.
Okay, well, guess what? I'm getting ready to throw a wrench in
Boxes, the
mine.
boxes, play the boxes.
9.
The boxes.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting ready to throw a wrench in it anyway.
Okay.
Mr.
You
Clay,
the box?
go, baby,
Okay.
go, baby.
You
Well, y'all
ready?
knew I came in on the truck, so my bad.
Now, I'm getting ready to give you some different forms of numbers, but remember, we're at a 6th grade level, so whatever negatives I give you will all be in the same form. Because when they compare negative numbers in 6th grade, they don't mix decimals and fractions. It's
Yes.
either, right. But on the positive side, we can mix stuff. So I'm gonna let you draw a card.
So only integers?
Well, no, they can do decimals over here, but,
Oh, okay.
but they won't have a mixed set of numbers where they
They
have
won't be back
fractions.
and forth.
Right,
One
draw
or the
one.
other.
Okay.
Draw one. Draw one. Whichever one you want.
I'm right here.
Y'all doing great is coming back in the 6th grade?
Yes, right now.
Oh my
They got a
goodness.
test on that right now. Today.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I learned that.
Uh-huh.
8th grade.
Huh?
It was in 8th grade.
I learned that in
Back,
6th
I
grade.
feel
We're
like you
older,
doing
we're
wrong.
older,
Okay.
understand?
Now, my question is, and so when I give my kids a number line, I always give them equivalent values, because I want them to, because, listen, adults and children wanna do this. Put it next to it and don't think about, no, they're stacked. Alright, so now what do we think about it? We still good?
Squares is.
Alright, so
No.
choose another one.
Okay, 2x equals 3.
Uh-oh. I apologize.
Alright, 2x equals 3.
Not 2x equals 3, it's 2x when x is 3. That's
When,
not the same.
when X is 3.
When x
Right,
is 3, so
okay.
it's 6.
6.
Alright, Miss Cameron, here's your,
Oh, we didn't have no negative.
you do have negatives, but see, I only gave you one negative fraction, because
Okay.
on the negative side, they won't be mixed.
Alright, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep, that's gonna bump you.
1, 2, 3.
That's about right what it said. 2/5?
I was about to put a 0
What?
for 3,
Wrong
like halfway
side.
on top of 0.
I
really was. But I was like, I'm putting it beside it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Harold.
Well, you know that ain't right.
So here's what
Think
happens.
about
5 times 20,
A
20
zero
times.
what?
Put a 0 over
40.
there, about it behind it.
It's in here.
Yeah,
Not
40.
what for?
Or
Yeah.
44
Right
after
there.
that.
Yeah. But now does the 1 make sense? Because we're halfway, I think we need to bump, right?
Well, I mean,
If
what's
we
wrong with
does
this
the
40
cards
right
are
here?
too
That's
fat.
what, I don't know what this 40
Hold on, I
does.
got this. I got
Right
this.
there above this,
There
right
we
here.
go.
This should be the same.
Yeah, there we go.
That should be
Oh,
the
yeah, I
same.
got playing with me. I told you, I put it halfway on 0.
Look out, cause you're trying to move it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
need to lose some weight.
There you go. That's
So it might be.
It's a very improper fraction.
So listen, when I did number lines with my kids, I did them on the tab stickies because they were skinny.
Okay, cause they're kinda fat.
Yeah, so I did it on
So we're
tabs.
gonna bump.
Yep, alright.
That's good.
Now we're gonna move on to 7th grade numbers.
All right.
I don't know,
Seventh grade.
You do know 7th grade too, girl, you telling a Bill story.
Oh, alright.
Oh, okay. I said, I don't know 7th grade. I'm teaching 7th grade. Shoot.
6,
All right, so 5 negative
2.
5 8.
2, 4,
I'm gonna put above or below, it doesn't matter.
16. Man, I'm all the way down there.
I got 60%, 66, that's 66. It's 60.
Yeah.
Lay it on top of each other like she
What's
did.
your number?
Huh.
What's your number?
I'm like at, I think 30 something. So.
What is it?
It's 2 to the 6th power, so I'm up.
2 to the 6 power.
Oh,
Over here.
that's where it belongs.
Yeah, we
That's what I'm saying. I can't go no farther.
Here, I'm gonna give you a piece of tape to take to that door. So here's the thing,
I'm in the
when
numbers over
I,
here.
Climbing on the ladder.
Yeah, hey.
Y'all know I'm
Yeah, yeah.
paranoid about my room. And we might.
oh, they didn't sleep room.
They just sweet, a
Man,
lot of
okay.
them.
And we got open house today.
So listen,
They
so
just said, I thought you got it.
when I did my number line with my students, we did it as our warm-up, like we started the week with it on Monday, and then, they had to, we did estimation with it. But what happened was, the last person that came in, or every person that came in after there were already numbers on the number line, they had to adjust the number line to make it actually make sense. Like 200 and 500 can't be on top of each other. And so what, the unintended benefit of that was, all my kids raced to class on Monday because they didn't want to be the last one in there having to mess with that number line. So they would all get to class because they wanted to do their estimation and put it on the thing. Okay, are we happy with the way numbers are laid out here?
Okay. Yeah.
We're gonna say yes.
Okay, so 40%,
That's a quarter.
what did we decide to do with 40%?
40 and 2/5.
So, here's one thing I would ask my kids. If I am creating a number line, and let's say they come in one day, we've done integers one day, and now we're doing fractions. I would ask them, so I'm giving you 2/5. Do you think that that is greater than a half? Because we want to tighten the benchmarks. So if we know where a half is, basically, would 2/5 be closer to 0 or closer to 1? So is it greater than a half or less than a half? And how do you know?
It's less than,
Less than a half.
because 3 halfway is 2.5.
Okay, and so I would wanna hear them say that. And then I would say, well, how can you be exact? How can you divide the section of the number line between 0 and 1 so that you know exactly where 2/5 is?
Turn
Put
to
it
a
into
desk.
5 pieces.
Cut it in 5 pieces, but how many lines does that take?
Or 4 lines for 5 spaces.
Because they do get confused about that.
They want 4 is 4.
Yes, yeah, because they wanna call those fourths, because they forget, like when I ask a kid, how many fifths does it take to make a whole? Oh, 10? They don't,
They don't rationalize it.
right, and that's why our kids are so weak in number sense. So, here's your 8th grade numbers.
I don't know 8th grade now.
You're too late, you can learn to know it right now.
We'll learn together.
We gonna learn together.
I taught 8th grade math too.
I know you're feeling already.
I taught every math that. Alright.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh-huh. Don't be that kid.
Ooh, I want the easy one.
5.
Oh, look at Stu got the easy one. I want that one. I know what that one is.
That hurt.
Oh, man. I didn't think it was that. I thought this was 5. So,
Alright. Yeah.
How can we put stuff on this line on the number line?
So then what I would have them do is they would have to shift down. So here, your number is gonna be, where's your number gonna be?
Mine is 100 times 1.
So yours is gonna be way down there.
That's what I'm
So-
saying, that's above the shelf.
Yep, so I'm gonna scoot between y'all real quick. So you're good. So if this is, what did we say this was,
this is almost 0.
64, so then you would
Hey,
be,
let's
I'll keep going down the wall somewhere.
yeah.
This Tom got here, so she can be in here too.
Here's pi, figure out where pi is.
Okay, we got that large.
Hey, you get to put a number on the number line. Here's the cube, you get the cube root
Do
of.
I have to round up? This is my second one? Do I have to round up for my first one?
Right by that.
Cause like it's like
Can't cut out.
4.476.
Nope, I want you to put it exactly where it is.
This is almost 0. This is so close to 0.
So then, yeah, so then here's what I would make my kids do. Because then we know that this number is tiny, yeah, is tiny, you can have one of them when we're done, is tiny, tiny, tiny. So then what I would have, what we'd have to do at that point is we would have to spread the number line out. So listen, so we've got this tiny number here. Listen guys, we have this tiny number here, and now we're needing to divide this 0 to 1 segment into thousands, or hundreds rather. And so we would need to spread the 1 way down. And so that's what I need my kids to understand is that these numbers 1, 2, 3 are not set. You can zoom in and look at just 0 to 1, and then figure out where these numbers are. Did you get yours on there?
Yep, right there.
That's a positive
There's your
number.
another one.
What? This is a positive.
So you want to see
This is a positive number.
Here, you can have that one now.
This is a positive number. Cause that's absolute
Yeah,
bad.
absolutely.
Oh, yes.
It was on the negative side.
Ooh,
This. I'm put that back. I don't know where they go. Yeah, we just go.
No, since you already down there.
No.
Well, that was a good one.
so,
That's 1/25.
so is, I want you to
Keep
look
going.
at it.
Keep going.
Mhm.
That's under 1.
On the next side. It's gonna be like way right there.
So at this point, when we start working
That's a
with
side
this,
cluster, ain't it?
Yeah.
so look,
Yeah.
What I'm
It's
trying,
started in here, I'm trying to figure out
It's
where.
under 1.
less than 1.
Less than 1.
It's closer to 0.
Yeah, close to
Oh,
0.
you said.
Yeah, I'm
you
sorry,
said
I meant-
1 and 1.
I meant under
My bad.
the number 1 on
So
the number
listen.
line.
and
Yeah,
then,
that's point 005.
so then look,
What?
This,
can we do
No.
this? Can we move this over here and this over here? And just tell them we're zooming in.
yeah.
Now we've zoomed in, now can we move those numbers to this number line with more accuracy?
You made it. Alright.
Because we got more space.
Yeah, you got more space.
But then you got to relocate
But
and
this
still
is
fill your
point,
space.
that's .00, that's .0034, this is .005. So.
You got that 0 and 1 you put down
Square
there.
root of
Yeah.
1, square root of 2, it's like, square root of 2 is gonna be like 1 point.
No,
No,
yeah,
no,
1
no.
and 1 something.
Square root of what?
2.
1.4.
Is it rational?
1.4.
Is
It's
it
like
right?
1.4.
So we can put it down here.
1.4?
Yeah.
1.4 repeating something? Is it
That's like
rational?
1.4.
Yeah, it's irrational.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
irrational.
But it's irrational.
Cause remember, now we're at the 8th grade set of numbers, so we're dealing with irrationals.
Okay.
So, I see some that I don't agree with. And I might, if I did this in groups with my kids, let's say I have a struggler group, I may already put their 0, 1, 2, 3 on a number line
Mm-hmm.
and just start them with that so they're not trying to figure all that, so have that placed for them. I might also, when they, if we're doing this whole group, when they walk in, my struggler, I'm giving them an integer or something like, 4 over
Quick
2.
and easy, quick and easy.
Right, and so I'm gonna give my high flyers more challenging numbers. But you can certainly do that, you can make a set of cards, depending on what number set you're dealing with, that week or that unit, and you could have your kids broken into groups, and they could do that, as a group. So, does everybody agree with all these numbers?
Remember, our 0 was here.
What,
What was that negative power?
I saw one negative.
oh, you had it right here, you put,
No,
was
that's
there
right
another one
here.
up there?
That's really,
Three to the,
that's, 3 to the second over 3 to
three
the
to
third.
third, and then when you use the X on
So
it.
6 over 9,
It's smaller, it's a
that's
fraction.
2/3.
Yeah, so it's a
It's
fraction.
2/3.
Yeah.
It's between 1 and 0. It's on this side.
You wanna put it on the other side?
So,
So, is this 0 right here?
yep, and I might have to have some extra zero cards.
2/3 right here.
So I'm gonna challenge that. If I have 3 to the negative 3 over 3 to the negative second,
That's 9 over 27.
it's 9 over 27. We were saying it was 9 over, or 6 over 9. But it's 9 over 27.
Oh, you're right, now,
Which-
Three times three, yeah.
Which is what? 1,
9 over 27,
It's
it's 9
not
over
fraction.
27,
it is a fraction,
3
That's
over 3 over
1/3.
9,
And I love you.
1/3.
yes. So we're gonna be, this was what, 1 over 25, so I'll do it down here somewhere,
Okay.
1/3.
1/3.
And remember we had this,
This was quick though.
so what is the difference between these? How would you line these up? Cause this ends up being 1/3, and this is 3/10.
I made 5 biscuits.
What's 1/3?
Point 33
This
is,
is 1/3.
that's point 3, and now this is
That-
point
I made
33.
5 biscuits.
So this one
You put
goes
two,
to
put
the
that two.
right up.
To the right side.
Yep.
You on that
Yeah,
side?
So-
that's repeating.
Yes, and so that's also a conversation I need to have with my kids. Yesterday, there was a problem in a 6th grade classroom, and the answer, if you used your calculator, it came out to be 182 over 18. No, that's not right. It came out to be 182, yeah. But whatever it was, when they divided it, they got 10.1 repeating, but if you just simplify the fraction, it's 10 and 1/9.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the teacher, it wasn't this school, the teacher, was trying to get them, she was trying to figure out why her answer on her calculator didn't match, or that when she did it by hand, it didn't match the thing in the textbook. Because she was dividing it, she failed to think about like you cannot replace a fraction with a repeating decimal. You can only interchange them when they're exactly the same, when it's a terminating decimal. And so this would be a good conversation with my kids about, are those the same? 1/3 is not 3/10, right? So you could continue to build these number sets out with them, and when they come in, you could say, today we're just focusing on numbers between 0 and 1. So here's another thing I want you to do. Have a seat real quick. I do want to give you this article on why number lines are so important in classrooms. And I'm going to tell you that if I did not have, did you steal some? Oh, no,
She brings me sausage every
oh, that's nice.
morning.
If I,
It's good to have a good friend.
it is. If I didn't have
I
any,
made the biscuits at home.
What you made?
you can make nothing.
Everybody make me none.
Oh,
Why
I
not?
made y'all some
Why
banana
not?
pudding. It's in the teacher's lounge,
Okay.
in the refrigerator. It had to freeze back
Yeah,
up.
we're gonna be sugared up today.
You sure are. And I put math department on there. There's spoons and bowls right here. So, all right.
You
Here's what
thought I didn't bring you.
I want you to look at in this article.
Yes, I did.
I want you to read it, but I want you to look at the second page. At the bottom, the very last sentence on the page. It says Booth and Siegler have found that for many students who are behind grade level in mathematics, their progression remains behind their typically developing peers, and for some, their mental number line remains compressed. So they don't,
Okay,
yeah,
Cause I was looking all the way down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
In
did
the
too,
actual
I
Bible.
did.
Yeah.
You see me asking, where?
So what happens is, in this article, if you're a member of NCTM and you pull up this article, there are videos, and there's a kid and they give him 0 and they give him 50, and then they ask him to put 23 on the number line, so he just starts doing tick marks. And then he gets close to 50, he says, well, I'm gonna run out, but he puts the 23 right next to the 50.
Split it first.
Because he doesn't understand, right, they don't understand how numbers relate
Make
to
it
each
fit.
other.
Make it
Yeah,
fit.
they're just trying, and so then also at the top of the next page, it says that if not addressed, their sense of the number lines, what it's talking about, can hinder their development in critical ideas in numbers. And so what's the one thing our kids are weak in? Number sense.
Number sense, number 1.
And so the number line plays a huge part in their ability to think about what numbers actually mean. Also, I sent and I'll resend it to you, I sent you guys a vertical number line that you can print, because kids, when they look at the negative side of the number line, that's hard for them to put their brain around, because they don't know what is -3. I don't know what that looks like in the real world. But, well, you know, if we lived up north, they'd know what -3 felt like. But if you have that vertical number line, sometimes below 0 makes more sense to them than the left.
Then the left and the right.
Yes. You hear me preaching number lines, it's because our kids don't have number sense, and number sense is not grounded in anything more than it's grounded in number lines. And so I would say, please get a number line. If you need me to get you a number line, I'll get you a number line. And please use your number lines. And you could do it as something as simple, hand them cards when they get in and say, or put them in a competition with each other. I need y'all to form a human number line, I need y'all to form a human number line, and debate with each other.